What's up, Subie friends? Welcome back to the channel. The reason I'm laughing is because my neighbor outside is making a whole bunch of noise, so I'm trying to do my intros and start recording and filming while it's kind of quiet. So if you hear a bunch of noise in the background, well, we're picking up where we left off. Where we left off is on our cylinder 4 cooling mod, and today we're going to fill it up with coolant and install our new radiator. Ooh, let's get started. But just to show you, let's go into the car real quick, do a quick check, see how that looks. Follow me. I hope this camera's big enough. Don't look like it. So, yesterday, we installed this right here. This is the cylinder 4 cooling mod. This is the T that tees into the heater core. And this part goes right there. And that plugs directly into the block. If you can see it, because I can't see it. But you might be able to see it. Guess what we got? We got some brand new silicone hoses from Mishimoto. And you know what that's going to go with? Our Mishimoto X-Line Radiator. Now that's going to keep the Subie cool on those hot summer days, and it's going to keep me happy. Cool Subie? Cool Dante? Hey! You know? See what I did there? Oh. Alright, let's get this open and into the car. So, because yes, I can read the brochure. It does have 5-layer silicone construction. Blah, 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 blah. And it's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. But here they are. 2 Mishimoto hoses. I'm going to go line these up on the car because they look really small. But here, we got the brochure that I didn't have to read, but if I needed to read it, I could have read it. No sticker though. Also in the bags, we got our hardware. We're going to replace those clamps that are on the car with these actual worm clamps, because they're a lot better, I think. Right, let's get this big ass radiator box unboxed. Styrofoam. Packaging protection is on point, which is cool. Alright, here it is. Damn, that's shiny. That looks really, really good. Look how thick it is. You know what? See, the thickness of this is 2 3/8. What's this called? 2.5 inches. That's thick. Alright, also in the box, we got our 2 fittings. We're only going to use one of them. I'll show you which one in a little bit. And oh, look at that. I think we got a sticker here. It is the Mishimoto Penguin. Pretty cool. Alright, quick cleanup, and then let's get this installed. But while I'm cleaning up, enjoy the B-roll. Taking off this old radiator. First off, we're gonna get off this cover. We also gotta go underneath of the car, unplug the fan hoses, and that plug, or the hose that's connected to the radiator. Let's go. So now that we removed our 2 pop clips holding in our intake cover, and the intake cover set aside and out of the way, we just have to disconnect our 2 hoses that are coming off of the radiator and that lead into our expansion tank. I'm using hose pliers, but any pair of pliers will work. Really just got to give it a little twist and a little pull, and this should come right out. Don't forget to have that bucket in place so that it catches any excess coolant that might come out. Now once that upper radiator hose is disconnected, just pull that off to the side and out of the way. The coolant reservoir is already attached to the radiator, so don't worry about that. Just set that off to the side and it'll come out with everything else. Let's go under the car real fast. Alright, this plug here, gotta go. So unplug that one. Same with the other side over there. And let's hope there's nothing left in here to come pouring out all over me. This pan totally comes in handy. Link in the description. Also, side note, that top mount intercooler does make a really good parts tray. Hey, good job Subaru for making something easy for us for once. Now with the upper hoses as well as the lower hoses and our fans all disconnected, all we have to do is just pull it straight up. Gross. Well, that can't be good. Okay, wow, check out the difference between these two radiators. I mean, damn, that's a huge difference. But you know what? The best person to explain why you should upgrade your factory radiator to a better one is no other than the man himself, Quinn.
So what's the benefit from a single core to a triple core?
So volume. So heat exchangers work off the principle that the hot coolant enters the radiator, goes through the radiator, and transfers the heat from the coolant into the fins, which is the little wavy stuff on the side of the cooler. The factory core is single core. This one's a triple core. With a triple core, you have 2 additional cores compared to the stock radiator, which adds a lot more coolant capacity. You can have a lot more coolant flowing through this, which means you have a higher power cooling system, better fluid cooling capacity, which can keep the engine in much better shape, and the cooling system is much improved as far as a performance standpoint. With the aluminum end tanks, the problem with plastic is it doesn't really hold up to heat cycling very well. So when you have an engine right now, it's cold, so it's at room temperature, atmospheric temperature, and then when the engine's hot, it'll get up to 220, and then when you shut it back off, it goes back again to room temperature, like when it's overnight. So that's a heat cycle. So going from cold to hot back to cold. Plastic doesn't like the heat cycle very much, and so over a few years, the plastic end tanks will start to crack on the joint where the plastic meets the aluminum, because aluminum has a different thermal expansion rate than plastic does. So it's more of a longevity thing. These radiators, the end tank systems on them don't crack because it's welded together and it's not a plastic on metal kind of bonded interface. So they hold up a lot better in longevity, which is also a good thing.
Big thanks to Quinn, because I actually did learn quite a bit just from that one clip. Alright, now let's get these fans bolted up onto the radiator and get it in the car. Alright, so this is a piece of installation foam installation strip. I think that's what you call it. We're going to take that. I'm just going to peel it off and stick this sticky part onto the car. And hopefully it'll keep the rocks and debris out of here. I found it a lot easier to go at this at the bottom, to put that in the holes at the bottom. That way I knew exactly where it was going and how it was going to fit. All right, our radiator is in, and it went in without a problem. It fits right on point. I mean, all the reviews that I heard and people talking about the fitting and everything, nope, don't believe that hype. So far, it was a direct fit, no cutting really necessary. I did shorten this just a quarter of an inch. That way it stays further away from the pulley. All you gotta do now is just connect our hoses, grab our overflow tank, head to the bottom, and connect our other hose, our lower hose, as well as our fans. Don't forget the fans. All right, guys, let's go. Now the two lower radiator hoses did need a little bit of trimming, but once they were trimmed, I just connected one end to the water pump, and then the other end just goes to the radiator, of course. And you just tighten down your worm clamps, and then connect your fans, and you're good. All right, we got the hose to our radiator connected, hose to our water pump connected, both fans connected. Yep, both fans connected, check. And we're ready to add some coolant. So guess what genius thought it would be a good idea to put on that overflow last? No big deal, we'll just undo the radiator stays, undo the radiator hose, lift the radiator up, and the overflow tank just drop right in. Alright, I think we're all done. I just checked, and then rechecked like I normally do. And it looks like everything's tightened, all the hoses are connected, all the bolts are on, no bolts left over. We just gotta go underneath of the car, clamp off that cylinder 4 mod that we just did, and then we can start adding coolant. Dude, I'm so excited. Hope you guys are too. Alright, let's go. Okay, so this is our no spill funnel kit. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I already opened it and all the pieces are scattered across the bench. So all you have to do is just match up either the green, the yellow, or the red, or the blue cap to your radiator, and that same cap should match up with your expansion tank. Then you just stick the funnel on top, and then you start adding coolant. Simple, right? So let's go to the car. This is not the correct way to do this, but I'm only filling it, and after once I get this filled up, this radiator filled up, I'm gonna transfer the funnel over to the expansion tank. But this way, to fill up the radiator first, check for leaks. Yeah, because I don't think that would be a very good thing. Nothing on the floor. Alright, we're back with our Mishimoto Radiator Install. I have to run over to Subaru, pick up another bottle of coolant because this is now taking 3 bottles instead of 2 because we're doing a complete coolant flush. So now we just fill this up, start the bleeding process, and we're gonna be done. Let's get through this. Let's get through this. Let's get started. Alright, you guys ready? Because here we go. Why am I so nervous? I don't know. Okay. Should we check again, just to be sure? Or should we just go for it? I mean, hey, it's only a radiator. I've done this before. Ish. Here he goes. Temperature just got to 190. Hey, Subie friends, am I in focus? Hope so. So, we're all done with the burping. Car went up to 194 degrees, dropped back down to 85 degrees, and now we just gotta wait for it to cool down, go underneath of the car, remove our cylinder 4 clamp, start putting it back together, and then taking it around the block. So, while that cools down, I'm gonna go edit, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, Subie friends, we're back. It's been about an hour. The car's cooled down a lot. We can now finally remove our funnel. We already removed the clamp from underneath. No leaks, checked everything, looks good. Everything's nice and tight. We did a good job, y'all. So you're probably wondering, how are we gonna move this funnel with all this fluid in it? Well, I'm pretty much just gonna take that it comes with. It's a little cork. It's also hollow too, so it shoves that little extra back into the system. Just gonna push it down like that, and we can safely remove it. But first, I'm gonna take some towels and wrap it around. How hot is that? Okay, yeah, we're good. Don't do that at home. Give it a twist. I always forget my gloves. And there you have it. I'll take this here, put that on top of there. No waste. Perfect. Got our cap back on. Alright, my Subie friends, that's a wrap on this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next one, which will hopefully be pretty soon.
Hell no.
Alright, y'all. Peace out. Without any leaks or bolts left over. Win-win. It's a cylinder 4 mod without a hitch. Oh, I got the coolant on me. I must say, this Mishimoto it's very simple, easy bolt on. That way, it'll keep the Subie cool, keeps me happy. I mean, nothing's gonna be cooler than me, but